No, up at the dais now. We record the meetings,
Yeah,
so
what?
the folks that aren't here can watch them or listen to them.
I see.
How are you?
Are there assigned spots?
Nope. It's very casual at our committee meetings, as you know.
I'll take my old spot. Just left to center.
Just like home.
Yeah.
How are
Hi.
you? It's nice to see you.
Likewise. Thanks. I'm doing okay.
Good. Staying busy?
A little.
Schedule crazy as always. A lot of
It's
traveling.
been a lot of travel because of having gone away, every summer. Then I have a lot of backed up travel to take care of. So.
Hi, Martin. Hi, Lisa.
How you doing?
So it might be a sparse group tonight. I got a couple of emails.
Yeah, I didn't see many cars out there. There was yours and
No.
mine.
I know.
That's gonna be pretty much it.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
Michelle is gonna be here later.
Oh, okay. I actually need to leave earlier, but.
I need to make sure and leave after an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have, I think 131 regressions to run tonight.
You might be able to.
It's going to be all night for sure. The report has to be delivered to the client by 10 a.m. our time.
10 a.m. here. Wow. You have two pairs of glasses. That must be
I
intense.
know, because
You have veneer in the far?
yeah, I didn't used to need veneers, but now I need veneers, so
Yeah.
the next time I have to go get bifocals.
Oh, I
Or
switched to those
whatever they
last
are.
year. Look, you can't even hardly tell. You get used to it after a while.
Do ya?
Yeah, it's not
Yeah, I just haven't gotten there yet to make it happen. I looked for it but couldn't find the agenda at the last minute. Do you have it?
I do.
I-
Well, I have it on the screen and then I emailed it.
I know you emailed
You need
it.
it?
I couldn't find it.
Here it is on the.
So you don't have any paper copies, that's what I was asking for.
Oh, yeah, I can give you a paper copy.
I just wanted a paper copy so I could take notes on it. But if you haven't got them, then it's okay. If you have to do it special, then.
I don't. You need a new badge.
Oh, nice, thanks.
You don't have an old one, do you?
I do not.
I read your mind. I knew you need one. Okay, hold on.
How you doing, Tanya?
How have you been?
Okay. Thank you.
Go, sure.
Oh, we have a very warm fall this year.
It's been nice so far.
Yeah.
My pay over the winter.
Like it's like making up for our lost early summer, huh?
That is better late than never.
Right. So who else will be here?
I got emails from Joe that he's traveling. He had to fly out yesterday. And then Joe Sorelli sent me a note, just a calendar item saying he wasn't going to be able to make it. So these are the Joes. Kimberly is sick.
Oh,
She has to
sorry.
scrap. She was there in care center.
Oh, that's
her dad,
bad.
unfortunately. And Essie had to travel. Essie had travel for work. So that leaves Alia,
Alia?
you, Lisa, and Michelle will be here. She said a little bit later. I haven't heard from Leah. She was able to get on early enough to find that. You were saying you had to catch up with work since you've been gone.
I had to catch up with work travel.
Oh.
Because when you're on an island, you don't want to try to leave the island because it's a pain, right? Every time. So you try to stick on the island, and then that means everybody, yeah, you can have a meeting next month, next month.
Clump them all together.
Then they're all,
cluster the meetings.
it's all been insane, yeah.
Well, it's good that you got to spend a lot of time on the Puget Sound and the island there.
Yeah.
Must be nice. It's nicer over the summer.
It was a beautiful summer, with the exception of a few days of cloudiness because of the same, what do you call it, smoke that you guys got from Canada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing to have the particulates from how many hemispheres away.
I know. It's crazy. So, I guess, how many people are we expecting then? 2 more? 1 more?
Aaliyah, I haven't heard from. Michelle is going to be a little late.
Okay.
Should be stop off a kid, I think she said that, 5:30.
So Lisa, what
Yes.
do you think of changing the meeting time, like a little bit later?
I don't care. Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
I'm flexible.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm glad you brought up the meeting time. So we've talked
Yeah,
the
well,
last couple of months about a potential better time. There didn't really seem to be a better time. Where did we land on this last month? We kind of talked about if there were.
Well, not last month I wasn't here, but the month before in August, well, Kimberly said that he didn't care. Either way, it works for him, for her. I mean, and then Laura actually thought it works for her as well, the 7th. But then, then we didn't. I guess we didn't have enough people, or was it people? Well, I think it was said that just give people another month or 2 to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But I never heard from anybody else. So, well, basically, Lisa, it was initially the meeting was, just like the other committees started at 7, and then a couple of years ago, I think Rachel, she thought the 5:30 works.
This meeting?
Yeah, this meeting.
It's been at 5:30 for, I think, ever since the committee has begun in 2001.
Was it?
Yes, it has never been any time
Oh.
but this time.
I thought it was a 7.
Maybe
She
it was a
said-
half an hour one side or the
she
other, but it was
said,
not 7 o'clock ever.
We met during the day a few times.
Oh, really?
There were lunch hours for a few.
Because Rachel, when she left, I mean, a couple of months ago, she said it was initially 7,
wrong.
and then she wanted to be earlier at
Yeah,
5:30.
she'd adjusted it.
She misremembered. Yeah, it might have
Oh,
moved to
okay.
half an hour, but it was never
Oh.
7
It
o'clock or
wasn't
anything like it.
Morning to evening. It was
No.
some other increment.
It was-
Close to 5:30 and then.
Okay.
5 or 5:30 or 6, never later than that.
Oh.
It had moved around a little bit, an hour, half an hour.
But never as late as 7.
It's been a long time. It's been 15 years.
I promise.
Okay. Because when she's mentioned that, I said, oh,
She-
7
she's
o'clock,
wrong.
7 o'clock would work perfect for me. So that's how I started this.
Yeah, it really kind of landed on nobody really having, nobody's really, it wasn't one time that was good for everybody.
Uh-huh.
I'm flexible for whatever you all want.
And then with 2 vacancies on the committee now, we chatted about waiting and see if the folks who were potential.
There are 2 more?
candidates- There are 2 total.
There are 2 after I got named? There's still 2?
I think, yeah, because Laura left and then there was somebody else. Oh,
Check my list.
Anne did not want to continue,
Yeah,
so
she wasn't interested in being in the
yeah,
So Essie and Lisa were appointed.
right. But we were still short, I think, because Rachel left, Anne left, and Laura left, so that's 3.
Yeah, still 2.
Yeah.
Sure.
So why there's like 9 members in this committee? Can we?
Yeah, Corinne.
Can we make it shorter so that we can start meeting when there's less people coming?
Fewer people, more efficient, right? So
Yeah.
I'm
Corinne
happy to
left-
start.
Corinne left for school last month. She's going to school in Puget Sound. Or Olympia?
Who?
Corinne. Remember the high schooler who had been on the committee for what?
Oh yeah, she left as well. So
She
there's
left last
4. So like a 4 of, like there's 4 people, you know.
So we had 4
like-
go and 2 get appointed.
Exactly.
So we still have Laura's vacancy and then Corinne's vacancy, so 2 net. And then 1 on OSAC. And then the Youth Leadership Council, was Zach doing? taking it
No,
up?
Zach was
Last year?
out because he felt like very lonely. He said he was the only one from Fairview, and everybody else is from Monarch, and that he felt
Everybody's
like
from Monarch, really?
yeah, everybody else is from Monarch, and he said every time I propose something, you know, the kids just they always go with whoever proposed from Monarch. And then he felt like, oh, I'm the lonely voice, and I felt like I'm not, it's not like the right spot for me, you know. I know that when he joined, you know, I think the goal was to get the more involvement from Fairview students, because there's actually a lot of kids, high school kids from Superior that go to Fairview as well.
Yeah,
There's actually a good population. But I mean, for that.
Peak too. There's people from Peak to Peak and also Fairview.
There might be one or 2 from Pipiger. That's right. Yep. And then he said, you know, it's hard for him to get any substantial support from anybody else. So he felt like he can do better with other activity or whatever. So yeah, he was very excited actually when he joined. But he felt like he couldn't get anything done with his idea. Well, I mean, it's, I told him.
That's a good experience.
Yeah, I said you just have to do whatever you feel right and whatever you feel that you can do, and then.
Did you stick it out for a while and then participate?
Yeah, he used to stick for a few meetings, I think, and he felt like discouraged very badly. So he just said okay.
He didn't want to do stuff that was the rest of the group wanted to do or kind of following with him. He wanted
No,
to
not
do
that.
something.
He stick to till I guess till maybe January. You know, I think when the the activity for the town, what was that? Lighting the truck thing.
Yeah,
He was there, and then after that, I think even in February he was there or March, and then he started.
Count the lights. Count the lights on the fire.
Yeah, that one. So. But that's okay. He got plenty to do, and he's a senior now. He got the, stuff too.
Some very active and engaged.
Yeah, he has plenty of activity for him to be busy. So he's no longer around. But that's okay. He tried. I was trying to get him to this committee.
There's lots of girls.
It's been the history of this committee.
Yeah, I was trying to get him to be part of this one. Yeah, and he said, well, the time doesn't work for him because 5:30 is definitely a lot of time he hasn't even come back yet.
Yeah,
for this
all the
one.
extra curriculum.
Yeah, the other one, I think the youth committee actually works better because it's like 6:30 or something.
6:30, yeah,
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 right,
awesome.
right. So normally he's back about, by 6:30. And I saw there's a one item on the agenda about the recoup of the Chili Festival.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear anything back from Laura? Did she give you?
I got back from the soccer game I was at, and I went by kind of at the end, and I chatted a little bit with Leah and Michelle, who were there during that.
Leah was still there. Right. Yeah, Michelle came later. Yes, I met her. But Laura left.
That was such a good event. Even at the end, it was still lots of people, lots of
Right.
stuff going
Well, the one feedback I want this community to hear is that we don't have that banner, the big banner we can hang on our tent. While the next one, the neighboring one, is a
Yeah,
combination of
Prostac.
OSAC and Prostac. They have two. They will hang one here and one in the front, one on the side. And so their tent looks like you can see what they're doing from a distance, and while ours, like we didn't have anything to hang, and it's so hard to tell what that tent is for. And what's interesting was, this is not meeting yet, so I'm just chatting. There's one trustee and came by. He stopped at the Prostac tent and talked there for a long time, but he never even set a foot in our tent, and as if we didn't exist.
Oh,
It was like
accidental.
yeah, well, it could be the truth, and maybe he didn't even notice what the tent next to.
Yeah,
and that raised the same question, we really need if we want to participate in the kind of public events,
Yeah,
to stand out. We really need something to show that by the way, thanks for the name tag that I wear during the event.
Hey,
And one of my
so Loja
friends,
is not installed
one
on
of my
his
friend,
computer.
and she asked me later, are you
Loja is
in
not
a
installed on
more
his-
important
the
position?
add-ins are
No,
not
that
installed
you
on
have
his
nothing.
computer.
No, it's the same thing. It's just like I finally get to my.
I'm looking, where should I
I
look? I
finally
looked under
get my
data.
bag.
I looked
And
under
then she
just
said,
the
I
normal
thought you
ribbon.
got you're in more important position now. Since you
We'll have to get you two now.
yeah.
So-
No, it's fine. So the banner, definitely, I think if we want to
Home
participate
insert,
again,
page
definitely
layout,
it's something we
formulas,
need to
data
get.
review, view. That is it.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
an easy one.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's fine. I didn't
They're
know
like-
the other groups did. I guess
No, they
I
do.
remember both. Yeah, I didn't realize those things. That's
Yeah.
really good. I think Michelle had that on her list as well.
Oh, she did?
I remember.
You mean she requested as well?
Well, I pulled up the database that you sent me.
Either
Okay,
This is the
yeah,
Excel
that's
that's pulled up
That's
with it. I
probably
don't know.
from the same conversation that we
Ugh,
had
Christ.
earlier, because we thought that it's really, it's like nobody knows who you are.
You,
I did talk to a few people.
Yeah, I know. I ran it fine the other, two full days and nights the other day. Okay, whatever, but you have to go to your thing. I'm sorry, okay, well, I'm not gonna install it, because I tried that on my
Come back to-
my computer.
I'm just ordering it now. I'm not sure where the
Anyway, you have to go, but I just wanted to let you know I can't run them, so I'm not gonna be able to give you a count of how many I got done.
Oh, you mean who stopped by?
No, where to get a banner.
Oh, where did they get banner? Yeah, they have, they both have, they both have a
And I
big
remember
banner.
it asked me questions I didn't know the answer to or something.
Kind of hanging
and
on
I
the
screwed
top
up
of
my computer, so
the
I'm not gonna install it
tent,
myself.
you know, it
Yeah,
makes
so-
it very
Right.
visible.
I'll have to meet up with you later. I don't know what to say, yeah, it's not on.
Alright, so.
I don't know.
Four banners.
All right. So what I might do is start
So it was good to be in
the.
that, right?
You
I
would-
think so,
he
yeah.
was doing
Well,
recycling
they're
rate or he was doing
basically, they're,
pounds?
I think most people I talked to, a
I'll
couple, I
start
think
with the
talked to
variable
3 or
after
4.
age of the program.
So one was asking about
We'll
the
do unload it later.
recycling event.
Yeah.
I think she's from the old town.
Wait, tell me again, I'm gonna write it
And
down.
so
Which one
she
is he
was
running?
she was grabbing some information about the recycling
Okay,
schedule.
thanks.
Yeah, she was asking about that. And there's another guy who actually probably from Horizon Apartment, and he actually said, "Oh, you guys need to look into the recycling from Horizon." And I was like, "Well, that's not part of the town, right?"
No.
Exactly. Yeah, someone from Horizon, and he said, "Well, you guys need to look into." He was checking what we do, and he was saying, "Well, you guys need to look into a Horizon recycling program." I was
Again?
like, I know.
Again?
I know. And that's why I didn't tell him. Well, it's outside our authority.
Well,
or-
even so, we've gone over there, we've met with the managers,
Yeah,
we've
exactly.
checked
And so
out where the
I'm sure
recycling
there's
bins
something-
are.
I'm sure there's something that can be done, but that, like, well, personally, I don't know what to tell I didn't know what to tell the guy.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell him, oh, we don't have we can't do anything over there, but I didn't want to disappoint him on spot, so. And, right. And that's pretty much it.
Did he say what they're doing? Have you talked to the management company there, or any of the staff members there? about
No,
how
I
they
don't
do
think
recycling?
he knew, I don't
Oh,
think
he just didn't know.
he didn't know,
Oh, okay.
and he's probably just a resident, once he realized what we're doing over there. And so he just starts thinking, oh, you guys need to do this.
He didn't say what they're doing now.
Well, he basically just saying obviously there's no, the recycling or none, whatever the status was, wasn't to the satisfaction, to him, so that's why he was talking about. So definitely, probably we could still follow up with Horizon and have them. Well, now it's not Horizon anymore. It's
Yeah,
called.
it's
It's another.
Yeah, what was that? What was that?
Like a ball.
Yeah, I just went why, I wonder why they lost.
Ball corporation or something. Or was it ball? I think it was like a ball or
Well,
something.
they changed the
Doesn't
name to
matter.
Bellflower.
Oh, Bellfire. Maybe Bellfire. Yeah, that's right. I think you were right. Bellfire. Right. So new company.
New company.
Yep. And what else was the? So we have 7. Officially, we need to have 4 to call a meeting.
No, not to discuss stuff, we just can't vote.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we don't have to. We don't have to vote. Do we have to? I mean, there's a budget.
I don't see
coming.
anything voting.
But
and
there's a budget coming, right?
So yeah, there's some
We have
calendar
a-
items and some update items, so it's nearly 6, what go over some information with the group.
Yeah.
Or with the pair. And
The
then
pair,
Michelle
yeah.
will be together. So, in the newsletter, so it seems like the guys have tried to catch up and be a little bit more ahead of the curve on what the items that go into the newsletter. So, in order here. So document shredding. So document shredding and e-cycle event that we partnered with Guardian Storage over the last 2 years.
At least a year and a half.
Since they run it anyway, it seems the prudent thing to do, yes.
It has been prudent, yes. And they expanded their hours, if you recall, from last year, to add some additional time, and they added the e-cycling last year too. So they are running the same event this year, which is great. So the dates are in the newsletter, and we'll have this we have this also on the homepage. on the calendar for the town, which is great. So
Mhm.
very similar to last year. We don't need to spend much time on the details. Just wanted to follow up with that. We talked about when this was going to be over the last couple of months and making sure that we met our October newsletter cycle and being able to give folks plenty of notice about this coming up. So October 26th through the 13th. Very similar to the last couple of times. Anytime that the business is open, the bins there are available Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 5. And they're again working with the great firm who does the destruction, DataSafe.
Oh.
So a news item there. So if you didn't see that in the newsletter, that was there, and it's listed on the website. And we'll have some additional. We'll have an e-blast go out.
For
that
this
goes out
item
for-
only, like
Yes.
that way. Yeah, it works. I think I really like that. That gives people attention when they don't have time to read through all the long news blast, and that they.
Yep.
they
Some
know
people
what's
like the
going-
newsletters because it's kind of everything all at once, and you
Right.
have one place to go to, and some people are more effective with just a dedicated
Yeah,
e-blast.
yeah.
So we'll have one of those, and it's in the newsletter. And then every spring and every fall, there is a committee open house. So all the advisory committees host an open house. This fall's is Thursday, the 22nd of this month. So I'll send a note out to the group about who might be available to come by for that. That's at 6 to 7:30.
6 to 7:30. Well, you can tentatively put my name down, at least
You're
a
available?
part-time.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if, it's too far away. I mean, too far ahead, and then I don't know if there's something coming up with the kids thing.
Mm-hmm.
But other than
So
that, at
maybe
least a
tentatively?
part-time.
Okay.
Yeah. So what kind of how many people normally historically visit such events in the past?
From kind of general citizens?
General, like who,
There's been a couple of, my understanding is, because this is hosted by the events,
Uh-huh.
staff doesn't host anything at these.
Uh-huh.
What I've heard from them in the past is a couple have come
Uh-huh.
to 6 or 7.
Okay.
I don't think more than 6 or 7 total have
Okay.
come to any of them. We've been doing these for 2 or 3 years.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. At least since 2012.
So it's in here, right?
Yeah, it's in
Right
here.
in
We'll
this
put the
room?
tables.
Yeah.
So each group we usually put 5 tables because there's 5 committees.
Right.
And I'll have a work plan and a description of each of the committees and their work.
Uh-huh.
And then 1 or 2 folks from each of the committees.
Okay.
Come hang out for a while.
Yeah,
And
okay.
usually it's a good communication time among folks from different committees.
I guess.
Um,
That's probably,
Which is
Yeah, sure.
beneficial.
I'll probably not, I'm not sure, just depends, maybe early.
All right, I'm going to put you down tentative. Tanya
Yeah, well, no, you can
is-
put me down, I'll probably at least come part-time,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, and then I'll extend an invitation to the rest of the group.
Yeah, just,
Then there was a big thank you for the Chili Fest to all the folks who helped us host this. So the committee had a booth there, and earlier, Tanya, you were describing some of the good positive interactions, but the group needs to get a banner. So I'm write myself
yeah,
a note.
definitely. Because with a big event like that, there's tents next to each other. If we really have something to say who we are.
Mhm. All right.
It's really, really, really important. Once you get on the spot, our tent looks so empty.
Oh, yeah?
And also we need to, to give out like even just a pencil
Oh,
or
yeah.
something. Just anything you can give out
Mhm.
other than the flyer and the kids or those or people who are stop by.
Yeah.
Or just something colorful would be good too, like a dart play or something. Just something to. Next time I'll definitely find something from home. With kids that can play. That's definitely going to help with
Well,
better. You see
and
what I
ano-
mean?
Yeah, another thing that we could do is, if you have tickets, we could run a little raffle. I have so many water bottles and
Oh,
canvas
yeah,
bags and all
right,
that kind of crap.
exactly.
And then
That's
we'll
what
drop
in the
people back
past-
later.
Yeah.
Remember we had the a rain sensor a couple of years
Oh,
ago?
yeah,
on a
right.
boat?
Yeah, that
So we've had
would-
some giveaways in years
yeah.
past that have been great.
I have 50 billion,
Oh yeah.
things for the
Oh, that's
conferences.
a great idea. Like I have something from home that I may not use for a long time. Maybe just bring them in and say, oh, here's
We'll use them as a
something we
raffle.
can do the raffle,
Yeah.
and that definitely will attract much more traffic. And I see people just walking by, and they look
Yeah, you have to give them something.
And
you know,
yeah, they just
flyer.
look there. Oh, there's nothing. Okay, they just pass by. You
people
know,
want,
feel
want a
so
thing.
bad.
Yeah, some sort of
Well,
swag.
No
anyway.
chance for engagement.
Yeah, but
Just so a reason
Yeah,
to have
something.
an occasion to start
that'd
a
be,
conversation.
yeah, that's a very good idea. Yeah.
So just a budget note there, the
Yeah.
group as part of the
Or even-
recommendation.
There's no budget required if, I mean, I can probably bring 6 things in that don't cost anything.
And as part of the budget for next year, there is
Oh,
$1,000 to get some stuff. We talked about
Oh,
some
okay.
sort of swag to have, either pencils or T-shirts.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
designs,
exactly.
a
We
thing
talk
to give
about
away
it.
or
Yeah,
calendar
like
items.
a little magnet
Mhm.
on the refrigerator. You know, hopefully those are, you know,
Something that has maybe the
hopefully
brand, the
right.
town and the committee, and then if
Right,
Lisa or
right.
some other members
Yeah.
of the committee
Or
have
little
some,
like a
some
whistle.
good giveaways or raffle things. A
Or
whistle.
a small whistle, you know, very tiny whistle with our
Uh-huh.
cake on that.
Oh, and then what was the item we had
Whatever.
last year? Those really tiny fold-up bags
Uh-huh.
that Rachel had.
Oh,
Yeah,
those are
there's
nice.
some-
Oh, you mean the bags?
It's like
Yeah.
Chico bags.
Or,
Mhm.
or
Yeah.
if there's, you know, if there's excessive bags from reusable bag from the town, and maybe we can grab a few and then give away, and then
That'd be
you know,
good.
just anything like that
Mhm.
would definitely help.
So it was good to include. So
Yeah.
maybe some kind of a swag giveaway thing, and then some raffle items would be great.
Yeah, yeah.
And be, I don't know what, I guess, hinting
just
at
never have to-
a future policy item,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
Having some bags ready to give
Yeah,
away.
because once you give a little bit of stuff away, and the kids will come, and then the parents will come, you never know. One or two parents would like to join the committee. You know, they just didn't know.
Sure, there you go. There's the
Yeah.
pea that turns into a snowball. Right?
Exactly. Yeah, just get the kids over, so the parents will come over. But anyway, yeah, it will be.
Well, that was good. It was a good inclusion item.
Yeah,
The
right,
board was,
right.
the board was, positive and
Yeah.
receptive to the idea of having, again, just kind of doing a little bit more
Yeah.
outreach and program-oriented items
Exactly,
and having
yeah.
presence at
Yeah.
events, and having something
Well,
to give
since
away.
we're with the conservation committee, I think the water bottles make sense.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something with the logo, and even just a reminder.
Oh, I don't have
Yeah,
logos.
that would be good. Yeah.
Mine are like
reusable.
waste management or
Right
other
now.
people.
I have a lot of those reusable water bottles, but it just like have different logos on there, so
Yeah.
it's not good to give away. You know.
I don't see a problem giving away a waste management one or a.
Oh no, I'm not talking about waste management. It's like the company, the company that I used to work,
Oh,
or
I
my
see what
husband
you
used to work. You know that what I mean. You know that kind of. I just don't feel that it's appropriate to give away. I don't want to do free advertisement for those company.
Well, it depends on if they have a relation, depends, I guess,
No,
on
they
the relationship.
don't. No, they don't.
If it's somebody who's selling nuclear warheads, maybe
No,
not
no,
them.
no. Yeah.
But maybe
Or-
somebody who's providing a service, or
Right.
whoever the town's
Yeah,
track
you
provider
know,
is.
yeah, depend. Like if I don't mind to give away like a charm or, those resource from Boulder. Those
Mhm.
would be appropriate one to give away. So.
I don't remember the whistles. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Or just something.
Yeah, whistle probably would work too. But those are useful.
Mm-hmm.
People can hang on their keychain and then, just.
I'm gonna guess at the spelling. I'm gonna call it
Yeah.
swag. So swag ideas. Let's think about those for January, so we can
Right.
order some good stuff. So ideas.
Right.
The reusable bags is one. So
Mhm.
reusable bags.
I'm gonna guess I literally have 200 bags at my house.
Oh, you do? Okay.
At
I
least.
probably have
You
20.
could almost
I'm
do a
not gonna
handout
give
of
them-
just the bags.
They're just gonna be for. I'm not gonna give away 200 for people that stop by though. I like my
Oh.
bags.
Yeah.
I'll give away a few of the ones I don't like as much to
Uh-huh.
for
Uh-huh.
for a raffle.
Yeah, and especially those that we said, town of Superior on there,
So-
that would be.
I only have one
Awesome.
of those, I think.
Yeah, I have two from like 2 years ago. Those green one.
Yeah, it's a nice one. That's one of my
Yeah,
favorites.
they're very nice. So.
I can't remember what Rachel called them. Those bags that fold up into themselves. They
Oh,
almost
yeah.
come
It's
through
a-
into a little.
They're usually called Chico bags. It's
Chico
not.
bags.
Yeah, Chico bag. Yeah, yep. Those are actually very handy.
And
you don't
then
have
said
to
whistles.
Because you don't have to
And-
remember taking them. You just put them in your bag,
Mhm.
the handbag.
Mhm.
And because
And you
they're so
always have 'em.
tiny and then so easy when you need them. I actually have two sets of bag. One is those Chico bag that I put in my bag. But normally, if I remember, I don't use them. If I don't, then I'll use them.
All right, so I noted down the reusable bags, the magnets, the whistles, the fold-up Chico bags.
Even pencil.
Oh, yeah, pencils.
Pencils.
Sometimes it's just the simple stuff, right?
Yeah, very easy. Just have like a, print. The print on that, and that would help a good deal.
So Chili Fest recap. So you talked about a little about the need to have an occasion for an engagement. I got a banner on the list, and then ideas for a raffle or a giveaway, and then some swag ideas, and then thinking about schedule for next year. So you can have that almost as a work plan item. So attend and participate in town events.
We didn't give much the PACE flyer away.
Yeah, that's what Michelle said. So that's why I stopped by. I wanted to see if she'd had any leads to pass along to our PACE advisor. And she said a couple of people were interested in it, but either they didn't live in town, or they were interested more in their house. So that would be the Energy Smart program. So they were able to get some folks who were interested potentially in participating.
And then it's even because during the early meeting, I asked Leah, and then she said if it won't, it's not like a home business is. Any home business is not eligible for the program. It has to have the
has to have a commercial meter.
Right, and then so the residents, even if they're interested, they're not eligible. And
not for PACE, but remember, there's a separate program that's dedicated to helping folks.
What was that again?
Energy Smart.
Oh, Energy. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I saw the news from, I think from Leah, like a resource. She sent it out. I actually called the guy. Call the number and talk to the guy a little bit.
Yeah, they have some great resources. So we've been able to include some information associated with that program in our newsletter. And Leah's been here, and some other folks have been here over the time that I've been here. So it's been great to pass along some of their information, and also some of their great rebates. Remember, they had that $300 rebate a couple months ago, and they've been able to get some good publicity through Energy Smart for home-based assessment programs.
Right.
But the PACE program was just commercial, just for businesses. Right. So Leah did this great. Leah Yancey was here, Lisa, a couple of months ago to do a great kind of, I don't want to call it training session, but almost a PACE 101 to have citizen advocates and do the outreach to try and find some folks that are out. Yeah, it was great. Leah did a great job of helping the committee members get familiar with just what PACE is, and then try to do a little bit of one-on-one community member to business outreach here in Superior to try and elevate our participation totals in PACE, because we've traditionally not been, haven't had a great number of businesses participate. Very completely opposite of Louisville, Lafayette, and some of the other communities in Boulder. So it's been a great investment of time on behalf of the committee, but then finding the time to actually go out and do some one-on-one meetings with businesses in town has been kind of the next step. And having some folks at Chili Fest to chat about this program and make folks more aware that the PACE program exists was kind of the point. So it was a start. It was a start.
Do we want to just pass the pass the flyer to the business around town, that kind of thing, or has that been done yet, or?
I don't know if PACE has sent out individual items.
Because I don't know. I'm thinking if I drive by, Colton, and then there's a couple of businesses I can stop by, see like a Starbucks or that Land Rover. Land Rover.
I think Land Rover's been a participant in the past. Yeah.
But then, once you pass the Rock Creek Parkway, that's Broomfield, right? Is that Walgreen part of Superior, or that's in Broomfield, right?
Yeah,
so the Primrose preschool, that's also part of Broomfield? Oh.
Yeah, so the edge of that right away is the edge of town.
I was thinking about those couple I can drive by and then just ask them to give to the manager. So, okay. But the Starbucks is, right? Okay. But isn't the Horizon part of Superior? The apartment?
Horizons is yes.
It's part of. So on the other side of on the south side of Colton, once you pass the Rock Creek Parkway, that's no longer Superior, but the north side is.
Correct. Up
Okay,
until the edge of
okay.
Horizons and
I
the
see,
street
okay.
that goes along the mall.
Oh,
toward
okay.
the-
I thought they were like, because I see a Superior sign right by the horizon at the east side of the horizon, so I saw there.
That's the edge.
Oh, okay. But then it goes,
And
okay.
Walgreens is on the edge on the other side.
Oh, okay, okay, gotcha.
So I'd note to chat about some PACE items later as an agenda item. I'd gotten a note from Leah earlier today to let the group know that there is a new business sustainability advisor, Matt Hannon, who has started working for the county's PACE program.
The sustainability advisor is what?
Matt Hannon is the gentleman's name.
For Boulder County?
Yes. PACE Business Sustainability Advisor.
He just got hired?
Hmm?
I heard it was open. I didn't know somebody got hired.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Leah let us know a month or so ago that they had been recruiting, and Matt Hannon has joined their staff, so he's getting ramped up and ready to go. So it'll be great to have a specific contact for the folks that we can do a little bit of outreach here. If the committee is able to gain some entree with the businesses here and hand them off to Mr. Hannon. And then Leah's also working on some partnership recognition guidance, a toolkit for towns and other communities to prepare for their business recognition for next year. And like we've talked about in the past, so having the local jurisdiction recognize the business is a higher value item. This was the feedback that they had gotten from the businesses who had participated in the past. Getting the recognition from the county commissioners was great, but they also wanted to have the recognition from their local jurisdiction. So they're working on a toolkit on how to do that. So like we talked about in the past, the town is planning to provide that recognition, maybe have a ceremony where the businesses are recognized here by the town board next fall. Should be great. So some brief updates on PACE. Kimberly has been the point person on behalf of the committee for that initiative or that project. She unfortunately is not here, and she did let me know that with her work schedule and then now being ill, she hasn't had much opportunity to follow up on some of those items. So other update items that I didn't have on here. So just as a note for the two of you, the Save the Date item, volunteer appreciation dinner this year, isn't publicized yet, but we think it's going to be November 5th, probably at Bell Flatirons. So you'll get an invitation to that, but if you're making calendar notes, I'm going to let you know now.
November 5th?
November 5th. And then thinking ahead a little bit, more calendar items or look-ahead items. The town's Christmas tree recycling program. We're planning to coordinate again with the Scouts this year. Don't have the details of that, but we'll post that. The grant that the town received that I've mentioned a couple times in the past to replace the trash cans, the waste-only cans at some of the higher visibility, higher use locations through the parks. We're about 2/3 done purchasing and installing those. And then I had a note to go over the newsletter items. We went over the committee open house, Chili Fest, and the shred event and e-cycling, and then also the information on bulk item options for discarding bulky items is listed again this month. And Tanya, you had asked about having the dog park to do good, pick up after your pet information,
yeah,
and I have
yeah.
that as a recurring item in the newsletter every quarter. So it's not
Okay,
in every
great.
month, but
Oh,
every
that's
3
fine,
months it'll
that's
be
fine.
in. And then thinking ahead, with the holidays coming up, this committee had put together some information last year on alternatives for gift giving, and then also holiday
Yep.
holiday
Yeah,
wrapping
definitely,
items. Lisa,
definitely.
you worked on them in the past, and Rachel, I can't remember who worked on it this past year, but I
I think
wanted to.
Rachel-
I had that as a note to make sure we didn't miss the newsletter cycle, to have ideas for the holidays, for either
Yeah.
gifts or for ways to recycle the wrapping or other packing materials.
Yep.
So 2016 budget, there wasn't anything else in newsletter. Oh, Energy Smart. So there was a note here. So there was a fall heating special that the town passed through some media efforts by Energy Smart on an $800 rebate option with winterization items, which was great. So we're trying to have Energy Smart items and their special items in every month or every other month at the most. So 2016 budget. So we talked about several items for the 2016 budget, and we went over last month items that were in the recommended budget, and the town board is scheduled to consider the budget on the 26th.
October?
So yeah, so the town board meets this coming Monday night, the 12th, and then on the 26th, the budget is scheduled for review then. And also scheduled that night on the work session is a discussion on trash services, the trash services agreement for this coming year. Tanya, you weren't here last month, and then Lisa, you're brand new. So the items that were, just a quick recap on the items that were recommended by this group for budget in 2016. Continuation of the dog waste compost program.
And so it exists?
The dog waste compost program?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, started in January. Started January of this year. Started off really well. Averaging kind of 30 to 50 pounds, 30 to 50 pounds a week, which was good. The totals kind of went up and down a little bit with weather, and then with the construction that happened in Rock Creek Parkway. But it's been a good program. It's been a good. It's been a good initiative. There's been a learning curve for us as a staff, because the super compostable bags that are required to participate in this program became very attractive to people to steal, and they were stealing the entire wickets of them. So we've locked them, and it's. And then there were a couple of folks who were unhappy with only having one place to place the waste, so they would stack it up where the trash cans used to be. That's diminished over the last couple of months.
Okay.
So just getting the word out and helping the folks who are the regular users of the dog park understand the value of the program.
Maybe like put a sign next to the trash can and tell them this one can go to,
Yeah, we have signs
you did?
on both
Okay.
sides of the airlock and
Okay.
situated all around.
Oh, okay.
That says,
the-
don't take them?
Well-
Take only what you need?
We'll take what you need and then only place dog waste in this can. Just trying to help people, remind them, because change is hard for anybody.
There are social marketing messaging things that are ways of phrasing signs that get people to behave a lot better. And something like, I'll look that up.
Okay.
Instead of saying "don't step on the grass," saying something else is like massively more effective. It's
Please
like
step here rather than
that's
don't step here.
something like that. And I'll look and find those messaging.
Yeah.
Yeah,
subtle.
I see what you mean.
And so if we get them, maybe we can get them not to steal all the bags.
Yeah.
And well, locking them has helped.
Right.
Yeah, locking them has helped because nobody wants to go through and pull one.
Oh, I see. That's good.
So what I was thinking was, like on the dog waste container, you say don't put anything else but dog waste here. But also on the trash can and say, oh, please take your dog waste to there instead of.
Well, they're right next to each other.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I never checked that out.
We make it easy. We make it almost too easy.
Oh, okay, too easy.
So
Okay. Cool.
there's kind of I don't know what you call it, a Friends of the Dog Park Facebook group
Uh-huh.
that has helped, I think, spread the word for
Oh,
those
okay.
frequent
Sad.
users.
Oh.
It's good to have an advocacy group.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good
You're
to have an
right.
advocacy group. So they've been great. I think we
good,
just
good.
had to get the message,
Sure.
help it get permeated through the community, however it got permeated through. So the dog waste program, the dog waste compost program is in the preliminary balanced budget that the board will consider on the 26th. The capital item, the capital project to recommend the waste-only receptacles at all town facilities be replaced over the 5 years. Remember, that was the kind of $70,000 project over
I thought that's
5 years.
over. 5 over. So 20%
5 years
of
was
the
not,
year.
was not included.
Oh, it's not.
No, that
You know,
was
for
not
the budget
included.
for next year.
No, it was not included.
Oh.
The-
So that will be pushed out to 2017 then? you're
It would
talking?
need to be a new recommendation or a new,
Oh,
unless the board wanted to change the budget once it's approved. in order to initiate
Oh, you
something
mean
in
this, so this
2016.
item is not even on the agenda for the next meeting regarding next year budget?
It is not.
Oh.
So the board has a couple of finance committee or budget and finance committee meetings where it's
Oh,
where
okay.
a line item review is completed for all of the
Oh.
general fund and the utility funds and the special revenue funds that the town has, and each of the departments goes through their lines. So the board had a chance to talk about this on 2 occasions.
Okay.
And we talked about several of the items that were included in the recommendations. And like every budget year, there were some items that were included that are great to include,
Okay.
and there were some items that would have been great to include, but we don't have the funding to do.
Oh, okay.
And this
Yeah,
was one.
Yeah,
So unfortunately, that wasn't included.
okay.
The $1,000 to produce educational and outreach materials is
Okay.
how it was typed up and submitted to the, so
Is
is included.
That's
the
included,
$1,000.
okay.
The reintroduction of the bulk waste pickup event was not included.
Okay.
And then the $5,000 to have some project outreach
Mhm.
programmers, staff time, or a consultant firm to help us with that
Mhm.
was included. So a little bit like OSAC, remember how we talked about that? Like OSAC had approved the year before last for last year, and then again for this year, having it's an environmental education person
Mhm.
come help the town and coordinate some programs. So if you think about the Coyote
Mhm.
Walk and some of the bird events and the open space Trails Day, the National Trails Day
Mhm.
event in June, she helped us coordinate some of that. So that was included.
Oh.
So there are a couple of net new items in the budget for this year. In case you haven't had a chance to go through all the spreadsheets, it's fun.
Well, I have not.
So there you go. So those are the
agenda
2016
items?
budget items.
Okay.
Thanks.
And we talked a little bit about pace. I gave you the update that I had received from Leah earlier on the schedule. We'll plan to have them come back, or Leah come back, and Mr. Hannon being appointed, and then the guidance or the recognition guidance toolkit that county staff are working on. So we'd have kind of already gone over the pace update to help catch you guys up since you weren't here last month. And then the other item that I like to bring up in October with committees is work plan. You guys both will remember the process that we went through last year to develop a recommended work plan, and the board ended up approving it in February. They had taken it in January, wanted to revise and edit a couple of things, and had finalized it in February. So you guys have both seen this in the past, but I wanted to
Yep.
raise this as a item for next month to begin to just think about ideas to either redo, rethink, bring new items, eliminate old items, ways to think about the work plan for next year. So if there are any items on here that you guys either remember or wanted to find out about, or see if there was any follow-up on part of staff, I'd be glad to go over those with you, but I just wanted to get that on your radar screen to think about for next month.
Okay.
So we have the ongoing items.
Can you send a copy of that one to me?
Sure. Just do it right now. It's
And
hiding.
you want
Oh,
to
there it
send
is.
this to everybody?
Yeah, I've sent it to everybody a few times. I'd be glad to send it again, but I'll include it.
Oh, you did already?
Can you send out I was gonna ask you not to send the PDF version, but whatever.
Oh,
Okay. That's all right.
doesn't matter.
One right under it looked like it had not PDF, which is
Sure.
helpful.
Let me send you the Word version.
Thank you.
I ended up having to make several of these.
Thank you.
Skumats at SERA.
Yeah. Inc.com. Wow, it's been so. You already don't lost my email, huh?
Well, this is the boardroom email. This is a net new email account. We
It's
didn't
what?
used to have, this
Oh.
computer is completely separated from our network.
Oh.
To isolate in case
Smart.
somebody plugs in something to
Thank you.
harm our network.
Mhm.
Oh, but it did come up. That's funny. So it just hadn't come up here before. So I can tell because I've saved
Yeah.
it here just as Skumats.
Thanks.
but it's funny, you're so entrenched in our email that it eventually
guess.
recognized it recognized you.
No subject line?
No subject line.
All right.
That's easier to spot, right?
It'll be the only
There's no
email you have from me
subject.
for today.
Thanks, sorry for the interruption.
Sure.
Okay.
That was about it.
Sorry.
Hi, Michelle.
Oh, just in time for the end.
Yay!
Hi, Michelle, how are you?
This
is as good as I could get.
That's okay. Well, at least we got 5 minutes. Most of us need to leave at 6:30, but at
Good.
least you're here.
I know. It's just how it is. It's like Thursday.
Hi.
Hey. So, any questions? What's going on?
We actually pretty much did everything, right? Except
Good.
We didn't do anything crazy.
No, I didn't vote anything, but we did
No,
talk
I
about
guess you
all the
can't.
items on the agenda.
Okay,
We
good.
especially request to have a banner for our committee, so that next
Yes.
time we participate, at least we got the banner over there.
Yeah, I think I didn't realize that. We had
Yeah,
nothing,
it was,
but that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay,
was a
but
good
but
first
but,
go.
but the banner really made a difference. You know, the
Mhm.
neighboring tent, they have this big one, two of them.
And Aaliyah and I were talking about some games next time.
Yeah, Lisa also, we talk about like taking our stuff, like stuff from home that we no longer need, but we can put them there, and we should, you know, an
Yeah.
hourly drawing or something, so that people would stop by and sign up.
I was just saying, I get a lot of swag from conferences that I don't ever use. It
Right.
sits in a bag.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, it's a good.
So
good
water
idea.
bottles and canvas
Yeah,
bags.
we'll figure
and
it out. Like,
crap
at least
that.
we went and kind of made a presence and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a good first time. Good
Yeah,
start.
exactly.
Yeah, we never, I think we should, if we want to, you know, make a presence.
So just to give you the quick recap, Michelle, so we talked about the update items. So the fall document shredding and e-cycling partnership
Okay.
with Guardian, again, scheduled this month in the newsletter.
Awesome.
Committee open house on the 22nd this month, 6 to 7:30 in this room. Tanya thinks that she might be available that night, so she's
Mhm.
going to tentatively plan to be here.
Well, actually, I will be available as of now, but it could be, things can change, but for now, I think I can.
I'll put it on my calendar, but I know I wouldn't be able to make it by 6. But- Okay.
And then Chili Fest committee needs a banner. Think about a raffle or a giveaway, or an occasion for engagement. And then a gamer activity, and then some swag ideas, the reusable bags, magnets, whistles, those foldable Chico bags that Rachel had last year. Water bottles, pencils, and then we talked a little bit about the PACE outreach then, and we talked about the 2016 budget items. You were here last month, Michelle,
Yeah.
when we went over those, so no change in that. Just a note that the 2016 budget is scheduled to go to the board for their consideration on the meeting of the 26th. So not this coming Monday's meeting, the 12th, but the 26th, for budget
Okay.
consideration of the budget that
And we
night.
got everything in there, you know, last month, and I'm sure
Mhm.
they had some.
Yeah, no
extra
change.
add. Yeah.
No change since what we talked about last month. And a couple items I saw on my calendar just before we started. I wanted to just leave as a quick reminder for you. Volunteer Appreciation Dinner is scheduled for November 5th. We haven't finalized the details, but you'll get an invitation for November 5th. The Christmas tree program we're planning to host and coordinate again with Boy Scouts this year. The trash cans grant that I worked on, and our Parks Rec and Open Space Department is helping install, is about 2/3 done. They should finish the next couple weeks. And then we talked about the items that are in the newsletter again this month. A couple of recurring items, and then a couple of the net new items.
Oh, so the volunteer dinner is,
November 5th.
yeah. Okay.
What day?
Are they gonna have gluten-free stuff this time? Can you help make sure of that, please?
Sure.
What is it?
Just one thing even, just one thing, 'cause
And then I have a
being
note
hungry
about.
and then there being nothing is just really not a good thing.
I know we don't, personally, I really don't think going to that hotel is necessary. You know, instead of paying for the hotel thing, we could have a little bit more food.
Yeah, but they do it for all the the whole town thing, so it's just easier, because that's what you're talking about, the whole. this
Yeah,
isn't
it's
the
usually
joint
about
dinner,
100
it's the
people,
big
and there's
dinner.
just no place to have 100 people in town.
Yeah.
So other than the Horizons and the
Do you
Horizons.
think it's gonna be at 6?
I don't remember.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the usual time, kind of
Is it
6-ish.
Thursday?
Yeah.
Is it Thursday? Okay.
But it's not the same night as a meeting.
No, same as meeting, yep.
Okay.
So a couple of other newsletter items. We talked about the open house. The bulk item discard options was listed again.
That's awesome.
The e-cycle event and shredding event was listed again. That's my question.
Sweet. You've been keeping busy, Martin.
Oh, it's not me. Just trying to pass through the message. So again, the details we talked a little bit about last month, Michelle, they were able to finalize between Guardian Storage and then the destruction company, DataSafe. So that's listed in the newsletter for this month, and we'll
Or are
send
they
out
gonna be doing
dedicated
shredding then
e-blasts.
too? I haven't actually looked at the town's newsletter yet, it's in my.
Yep, same thing as last year, again with the extended dates, the
It seems like
26th
that's so
through the
much shredding.
13th, so
Mm.
almost
Me too.
like 3
I
weeks.
need to clean up mine too.
So
I
open
still-
anytime that the facility is open, 9 to 6 during the week, and then Saturday 9 to 5.
Mhm.
And then when you have like a bulk load, just FYI, telling you, like, you can call and talk to, what's the head girl's name?
I want to say it's Anna?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
I think
And you
it's,
can like find out, because like normally you have to feed it through slot, but if you call them, they'll tell you when the truck's
Mhm.
coming, so that you can bring like a big box.
And they just dump everything
bag
off.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Or you
Okay.
can
And
leave
so-
it there and they'll pick it up, but if you have concerns about it, like you can come when the truck is gonna come empty their
Mhm.
collection bin.
that's why we put their name and number on here, so if somebody has any questions, they do want to bring a larger volume, that they can call ahead. Make sure that
And
they
they have
come
no
at a time.
problem with it, but yeah.
Oh, really? I thought we discussed in the past that it's restricted like
A limit?
$2 per household or something.
That's when
visit.
we were paid for Guardian, doesn't seem.
Oh,
fair.
really? Right now, there's no limitation?
Yeah.
Even business can bring
Well,
their,
I think if
No.
somebody showed up with 20 boxes, they may be like, can you spread it out?
okay.
The
Uh,
point
But not our
Guardian really
problem.
doesn't, yeah.
But the point is to coordinate when it's not a logistical challenge for them, because they don't have the room to take that.
Uh-huh.
They can't fill up all their bins and then have somebody
Okay,
leave
so
boxes.
when their truck comes, then
So
they
it's-
can.
yeah, so that's what I'm
bring
saying,
it.
if you have a
Coordinating it
lot,
so they can go
like-
straight to the
Oh,
truck.
okay.
Just say,
It's
I
not- it
have a
can't be
lot
an
to
imposition on the
come,
business.
when can I bring it so that I'm there when the truck
Would they,
comes?
would they be just population their schedule, say, oh, this is the time we'll come?
No.
They won't do it?
No.
Okay, you have to call.
Yeah,
Okay.
but they're
Yeah.
very good
No,
about it.
I don't have that big,
They,
I'm just
they'll be as
curious.
accommodating as they can, but they can't advertise the
Oh, okay.
delivery or like the pickup schedule for the
Okay.
company, that's gonna be doing that.
But they'll tell you if you call. Okay.
I
Yeah,
only
it's
have
better
one
really as
box,
a,
so-
All right, so
a
our
response
meeting-
item.
Okay.
And then the energy
Next
smart
meeting is
item.
the 12th.
November 12th, right? So
Yeah.
5th and 12th, okay,
I'll be late then too.
okay.
But maybe
don't
not as
have-
bad as today.
I don't have, I never have that kind of schedule so far ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, my thing is normally come like a day or two.
Oh, okay.
Like my son, like he's bad tracking his stuff and said, Mom, I need you this and this,
I'd be like, you didn't tell me, so sucks to be you. That's kind of our
Okay.
rule.
Well, yeah.
The other
On the
update
season-
item.
It's
No,
just,
no, I know.
It's just,
Well-
it's gotten that way, being the only parent at home.
Well,
You
he
just
will be
kind of-
getting his driver license test before Thanksgiving, so hopefully by December, if he gets his license,
Woo!
I'm off.
Lucky you, I still got a
So-
year.
So, right,
Lucky you.
okay, well, I have to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you
See you
next month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
possibly at the dinner before then.
Yeah,
possibly
hopefully
Oh,
the
possibly
fifth.
open
the,
house.
the open house, yeah, I probably will be here. If you cannot come here earlier, I'll try to be here earlier then,
Yeah, I cannot make it by
6
6
o'clock?
because
Okay, I'll
it
try.
depends where Aston's playing a game, because I have
Okay.
to pick him up from where his game is and then
Okay,
come here.
I don't know exactly the schedule then, so, but I'll try to.
Sounds good. Thanks, Tanya.
Okay,
Thanks, Lisa, for showing up.
thank you.
I knew I'd
Have
be.
a good rest of your month.
Yeah.
See you at the volunteer
Far
dinner.
longer.
See you. So the other update item was just the last item in the newsletter, the Energy Smart rebates for their fall program.
Oh, I
They're able
didn't
to
see
put in
that.
again.
Okay.
Oh, and then I didn't mention the CRC, so the indoor audits have started in the winter. I didn't.
Oh, did it?
I failed to mention that when we talked about our newsletter items.
I thought that was a spider just above those bikie people, not a drone.
Oh, is that
Drone,
funny?
right?
Yeah, that would be, so they're having a drone follow them on the new bike path. That's great. So those were kind of the update
Drone?
items. in the
Whose
item.
drone?
Look at the drone in the picture.
I know, I see it, I'm just kind of wondering whose drone is it?
I'm hoping it's for somebody that's trying to, well, I'm assuming it's for somebody who's videoing the experience of a bike rider on the path. Well, I'm gonna hope
Probably.
that. Or it's a spider landing on their head.
Big spider.
So that was really it for newsletter items, and then we'll run the Christmas tree, or the holiday gift wrap, and some other items if a committee member wants to take that on for November. So really just a heads up there. The other item on the 26th is the board's discussion of the trash services contract. So budget and trash on the 26th.
Of the what, trash services contract?
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know why they bother bringing it to us, because it's like they don't want to listen to us. So, I don't know.
Is there some memo on it or something? Is it in the board packet or something?
It will
Or the-
be, for the board packet, the board determined what they wanted to have for the scope elements over the summer, and I put the updated RFP out,
Mhm.
using a lot of the language that looked
Mhm.
familiar
Yep.
from the last time this was done, and it
The
is due
committee put out a memo on it,
2
this
weeks.
committee?
They don't let us do anything.
What?
They don't let us do anything.
This committee didn't do a memo on it?
Oh, we
No, this
got
committee
to
made
look at it and
recommendations that
make
the board-
recommendations, but they basically blew it off like usual.
Well, I would say they blew it off, but this group came up with a recommended list of items and priorities for this group for the board to consider to include in the scope. And
Oh, in
board
the
took-
scope, but not in the evaluation?
In the evaluation.
Not in evaluating the responses?
Well, we haven't had
No.
responses yet, have we?
Oh.
No, we get the responses week after next.
Okay.
I can't hear you.
The week after next?
Thank you.
So, I think the 22nd.
So that's when we might make recommendations about which one seems like the best bid?
I don't know that the board was interested in having this group do that.
As I said, they
Well, as a
just would let us
citizen, I
do
can.
Sure.
Yeah, we literally just get to come and sit and, I don't know, yeah.
It wasn't a,
We
it
had
wasn't
one member
expected.
quit over the fact that we don't actually get to do anything,
it
it's not what you
so-
thought, but we were here for.
Are you saying that pro staff doesn't get to say anything either all the time? Or is it unequal treatment of the committees? You are
Well-
hearing this.
I would-
I feel like the board doesn't actually want us to really recommend or do anything, and other committees do have more of an opportunity to make a difference.
Thanks.
How about that?
Right,
Saying
thanks.
it that way.
It-
I'm
well,
not saying
it
that they
depends
blow
on-
us off, I just feel like
Yeah.
Well, I would say
they
that-
just want us to like say stuff, but we don't actually get to really recommend anything.
I'm gonna call it case by case. You know, for the board really wanted to hear from this group on what the opinion was on what to include in the scope elements. And we'd spent a couple of months going through those different items, and the board was interested in that.
So,
But barely.
so the one
They-
place
they
I
dumped
might
everything.
like to add to our work scope is having a heavier look at what's going on across the street and making sure recycling is embedded in it and conservation.
I know, and that was really important to us too
So
when it
maybe-
first came out, but yeah, again,
No, it's,
the
but it's gonna
board didn't want to
continually-
listen to
It's
us.
continually gonna grow, so if we put it on our work scope, they can say, no, we don't want you to do that, but at least we need to put it on.
It's an interesting thought, but the buildings have already been designed, so that's why we were kind of blown off.
Well,
There are
Buildings-
loads of buildings yet to come.
Yeah, that's gonna be-
And fine points of how much space is left for trash and recycling containers or any of that stuff is certainly not finalized yet.
no, the landscaping and finish items haven't been completed for, you know, 90% of the project. There's a 5 to 7 more.
There could be recommendations for xeriscaping, there could be all kinds of things, so.
That's good, I'd like to hear that.
So, you know, like you know, in the past, like we've done in the past,
I know
I'll bring
we
all
have-
those FTPs, all the plan review items. to this
I know we
group.
don't have enough people to vote, but I'd like to suggest that be circulated for the work as part of the plan.
Sure.
For people to discuss.
I appreciate that. Yeah, that's where you'll be a good asset, you can kind of push through some of those things.
Thanks.
Yeah, it'd be great. All right, it's nice to see you, Lisa. Take care.
Okay, everything else going okay? No inquiries of new people at all, I would suspect?
No, not one. The newsletter had I actually forgot how many vacancies we had. It
It
was
says
2.
two, but that doesn't seem right.
No, that's right. Corinne's position and Laura's.
Okay.
Yeah, Laura. So Laura stepped down last month. We knew Corinne was going to be leaving,
Right.
so that was planned. But Laura's stepping down last month was not expected.
Okay.
So 2 vacancies now, and there aren't any current applications to schedule for the board to consider appointing.
Yeah, just a minute, I have to get through figure out all sorts of creative things, but.
Yeah, it's funny, there seems to be kind of a, we were full for a while, maybe 12 or 18 months, and before that it was a trough, and now we're kind of in a trough period.
Yeah.
It's cyclical. I don't know if that's good or bad. It's just, human beings. Sometimes there's some gravity around having a lot of applicants all at once, and then sometimes
I think it would be,
it falls back.
it's gotta be a way to like pull different people up, but I must wonder if during the, I mean, it's a lot less garden storage, but I must wonder if during that whole thing and the thing, if we just had like a simple, one of those plastic signs, that you can put up in the yard that,
Sure, the corrugated plastic signs,
yeah,
like the yard
just
signs.
say like
And
town
it is election
superior.
season.
Yeah. Yeah, just say, town of Superior,
Needs you.
Yeah, it needs people interested in
Mhm.
resources, or, I don't know, something like that. Is that even possible to get something kind of good
Sure.
by that? I guess we could stick one there, and then we borrow it and bring it to, wait, no, they're doing it all, so we're not even having the artist stuff, we're not even having the electronics page. There's what's kind of right.
Yeah, so we'll do the household hazardous waste and electronics.
Yeah.
The hard to recycle event.
So, yeah, I'm just thinking, because it's like either that or put a sign up in guardian storage, but it'd almost be easier to like just put something right outside if they were okay with it, just saying,
Or just have something regarding the community,
Yeah.
maybe locally.
yeah, and just say, you are needed,
Yeah, if you're interested in taking your boxes here to recycle your paper and
Kind
your.
of that line, come help make a
recycle- yeah.
difference, move the town for
Yeah.
our tax.
Folks are interested in
You don't want too
recycling.
much print in it, but enough. Put up something just to get people thinking about it.
Oh, there's a committee here that just advocates just for this kind of,
Yeah.
just for these kind of policies, that'd be great.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Do you think you can handle that, or is that something you can help with?
Asking the folks at Guardian to put something on in their shop.
Yeah.
Just like-
Coming up with it, yeah, it's something.
They're not
You
gonna be
never
very
know.
creative.
You never know, you know what I mean? Somebody might be like, oh, yeah, I don't know, doesn't hurt, does it? Okay.
But I don't have anything for you.
No,
So something, even if it was just something
I'll
to
think of something.
paste, put in like a frame, or
Yeah.
just to sit on or near the bins.
Yeah.
That says, hey, if you're interested in recycling, there's a great community.
Because Guardians really do that, we're not throwing anything at it, so it's not really a partnership with the town.
Well, we help them with marketing and publicity.
Okay.
Great, but they do their own marketing.
Okay, I've always got an idea now, because it's almost say like town period thanks, garbage storage, a little more about other conservation efforts,
Mhm.
and how we can help.
Get involved in your community, just like you are today.
Yeah.
Dropping off your recyclable
Yeah.
paper and electronics.
Maybe put like a link or your direct phone number, just easily.
I was gonna put your cell phone number on. That's not okay?
Good point, I never answered it.
That's funny.
Thanks, Martin.
Well, sure. How's it going?
Hang in there.
Yeah.